So today, let us discuss about CSS. So I'll just give you the introduction for CSS, and I'll tell you in this lesson how to implement CSS styles in HTML. So let us start with CSS. So before starting with CSS, I would like to tell you the difference between HTML and CSS. Using HTML, you can insert elements into your web page. Like you can insert a button, you can insert a text box, you can insert data, you can insert images, etc. But if you want to design them, if you want to decorate them, for example, I want to decorate the button, I want to give some background color for the button, I want to give some shadow, or I want to change, I want to apply some hover effects, or you want any kind of styles or decoration, then you have to take the help of CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. As the name indicates, it is used to style your web page. Without CSS, your web page looks bizarre. So in the web designing process, CSS is a very important aspect. So let us start the introduction for CSS. Today we are going to learn how to implement CSS into HTML file. So there are a lot of CSS commands and styles. If you want to implement these CSS styles into HTML, then there are three ways to do that. The first way is inline CSS. Inline CSS is nothing but we are applying CSS style only for particular command or only for particular line of HTML. I'll show you later how to do this. Then the second one is internal CSS. Internal CSS is nothing but we are applying the CSS styles for one particular file, entire file, not for one line, it is for entire file. Then the third one is a very important one, that is external CSS. For all professional purposes, we use this method only, external CSS. External CSS is nothing but we create a separate CSS file with so many styles, and then we import that file in all other HTML files. So that means when you create any CSS style, you can use the same style in different files of HTML. That's a external CSS. So let us discuss one by one of this. So this is my notes. I'll be giving you notes and a lot of other videos also once you purchase the course with me. So CSS, that is cascading style sheet. As I told you, there are three ways in CSS. There is internal, inline, internal, and external. First, let us talk about inline CSS. In order to understand this lesson, already you must have an idea about HTML. You must be knowing the basic commands of HTML. So this is a HTML file. We are starting HTML here and ending HTML here. I'm not giving head section here, I'm just giving the body because it's just a practice program. So inside the body I have got two paragraphs, first paragraph and the second paragraph. First paragraph is starting here, ending here. Second paragraph is starting here and ending here. Inside the first paragraph I have written one line called CSS style paragraph. Inside the second paragraph I have written one line called normal paragraph. So what I'm doing here, for the first paragraph I am adding the CSS styles. So to add inline CSS, you have to use the command called style. So what I'm doing, I'm just giving style is equals to, and then I'm starting all these are CSS styles. So I'm just starting first color colon red. So this color indicates font color, not the background color, font color. But for background color, you have to give background color only. So color red and font family. Font family indicates the font style. So font family I'm just giving it as Mistral. That means I am adding two CSS styles for this particular paragraph. And these two CSS styles will not work for this paragraph. It will only work for this paragraph. This is called as inline CSS. That means we are adding CSS styles only for one particular command. The same command if you are using for the next time, it will not work. Those CSS styles will not work. So this is called as inline CSS. So let us execute this file and see how the output looks like, and let us change a little bit and see how it looks like. So to execute that file, I'll open another notepad file. So I'm again doing in the notepad. You can do it in Notepad++ or Dreamweaver or any other applications. So I'm doing it in Notepad. Let me paste this over here. So here there are two paragraphs. Let me save this file. Already you know how to save this file, and of course you have to save this file in the format of HTML only, because this is HTML file where we just added couple of CSS styles. So let us save it as testing1.html, and you have to save it as all files. It is saving procedure is just similar to the one what we follow in HTML. So save it in the desktop. So let us execute that. So this is testing one. Let us double click and execute that. Now you can clearly see the difference between both the paragraphs. Now you can clearly see here the first paragraph is coming with the red color and the Mistral style. The second paragraph is a normal paragraph. So this is the program. Now let us compare this. Yeah. So for the first paragraph, I have added two CSS styles that's coming over here. One is red color. Red color is coming, and font family Mistral. So Mistral font family also is coming. And then the second paragraph is normal. It's not giving any effect. So let us add some more styles of CSS here. So put one semicolon and add one more CSS. So I'll be giving you full notes of CSS styles, all the CSS styles. So let me add background color. Background hyphen color. That's the way to add background color. Colon, you should not give equal symbol here. You have to give colon symbol. So you can give any background color like CA F50. This is a color code. So for these color codes, you can go to htmlcolorcodes.com. You'll find all the color codes of different colors. You can add the color codes like this. Save it. Go back to this one and refresh. You can press this button for refresh, or you can use F5 shortcut in your keyboard. You can clearly see that background color is coming for that particular paragraph. So you can add so many other things apart from background. You can add so many other things as well. So this is the basic example for inline CSS. Suppose if I want to convert this to internal CSS, then what happens? Internal CSS is always written in head section. So let us create the head section, and then we add this styles here. How to add the styles? You just have to give style, end style. In between this style command, you have to add the CSS styles. So how to add the CSS styles? Here while using internal CSS, you have lot of methods. I'll teach you first basic method. Basic method is nothing but overriding the HTML commands. Suppose P is the HTML command, that is paragraph. I can override this. How to override this? Just write P, then open flower bracket and close flower bracket. In between, start writing CSS styles. For example, I'll just give color red, same styles I'm giving. Color red, and I'm just going to give font family Mistral. Then I'll be giving background color CA F50, same background color. So you have to give semicolon after each and every command. You have to give semicolon, and then you have to end the paragraph. Now I'll remove this inline CSS. Yeah. Now what happens? Since I have given the internal CSS and I have overridden the HTML command, this means what? All these effects will be applied for all the paragraphs of this particular file. This particular file, not the other HTML file, this particular HTML file. That means this paragraph also will get these effects, and this second paragraph also will get these effects. I hope you understood now the difference between inline CSS and internal CSS. In inline CSS, when we applied the effects here, those CSS effects applied only for this particular paragraph. But now, since I am using the internal CSS in the head section and overriding the HTML command paragraph, then what happens? All the paragraphs of this particular file will get these effects. Suppose in case if you don't want these effects for all the paragraphs, you want these effects for particular paragraphs or particular comments, then also there is a way that we'll discuss in the next classes. So as if now, let us see how the output looks like. Let us save this file, go back to the output and refresh pressing F5. See, now you can clearly see the background color, font color and font style is coming for both the paragraphs. Even if you write one more paragraph, this is third end paragraph. Even For this paragraph, those effects will come. You can see even the third paragraph also is getting that effect. That means when you are overriding this, then these effects will come for all the paragraphs. Now I can go for selectors. What is the meaning of selectors? For example, say I have a paragraph here, and for CSS, I want to give bold. I want to give bold for CSS, and bold, and bold. Now there is no difference here, only CSS is coming bold, and all the CSS effects are coming for all the paragraphs. In case if I give here P space B, then what happens? These three effects, that is red color, font and background color with Mistral, all these three effects will be applied for the bold which is present inside the paragraph. I hope you understood now. These three effects will be applied for all the bolds which is present inside the paragraph. Outside the paragraph, if any bold is there, then these effects will not be applied. I hope you understood now. This is called as selectors. I am giving the space over here. I am giving the space over here, P space B. That means inside paragraph, if any bold is there, apply these styles for that bold. That means these styles will not be applied for all the paragraphs. It will be applied for only the bold which is present inside the paragraph. So let us see. Let us save it. Now we can see that background color and font style is coming only for CSS. Suppose if I give bold outside the paragraph, say here I'll be giving bold. This is outside paragraph. Now for this bold, those effects will not be applied. Now I'll just save it and go back and refresh. Now you can see for this line, this is bold. Of course this is bold, but still those CSS styles are not getting applied for this, because when we are giving P space B, that means these effects should be applied for all the bolds which are present inside the paragraph, not outside the paragraph. If I give only B, then these effects will be applied for all the bolds, inside paragraphs, outside paragraph, all the bolds. Now let us see. Now you can see for this bold also effect is getting applied, and for this bold also effect is getting applied. Now I hope you understood now what is the meaning of this space. Space means when these effects will be applied for the bold which is present inside the paragraph. Now instead of space, if I give comma, then what happens? Comma means these CSS effects will be applied for all the paragraphs and all the bolds. You understood now what is the meaning of comma? Comma means it's like and. These effects will be applied for all the paragraphs also, and as well as all the bolds also. That means you will end up getting that effect for all the lines. Even for bold line it is coming, and even for paragraph line it is coming. For a paragraph line it is showing you full width. For bold it is showing you small width, because paragraph will take the complete width of your web page. Bold will not take the complete width of your web page. So that's the reason background color is coming only for that much, whatever we have written. I hope you understood now what is the difference between these two selectors. One is the space one and another is a comma. Alright. You can even give like this, P space B space I. That means what? These effects will be applied for all the italics which is present inside the bold, and that bold should be present inside the paragraph. Now if I save it and execute, the CSS effect is not coming for anything because there is no italic here. Suppose if I give one italic here, also CSS effect will not come here. I'll give italic. Italic style is coming for this, but CSS effect is not coming because this italic is not present inside the bold, right? This italic should be present inside the bold, then only this italic will come. Suppose if you end the bold here, then for this italic, that CSS effect will come. Let us save it and execute it. Yeah, it's coming. CSS styles are coming. So because this italic is present inside the bold and that bold is present inside the paragraph, so that's the reason these effects are coming. So I hope you understood now what is internal CSS. Now let us go for external CSS. External CSS means these effects you're writing in a separate file. Separate file means, suppose I'll open one more notepad file. I will just paste those effects. Here when you are writing a separate CSS file, no need to write any command like CSS or head or HTML, no need to write anything. Directly you write the CSS styles like this. I'll write P paragraph and I'll open the paragraph and I'll close it. So only this much you have to write. Now let me save this file. Let me save this file as CSS file because it's not a HTML file, it's a CSS file. So normally for all the CSS files we give the name as style.css. That's a standard name what we give. So style.css, let me save it, all files, save it and close it. Now how to implement that file over here? That file can be implemented in a very easy manner with the help of this particular step. You can see here internal and external CSS file. This is the particular step. So let us copy this step which links file and paste it in our file head. Inside head section you have to write what is the meaning of this step. Link style sheet of the type CSS and hyperlink reference particular file name. The file name what we gave is style. Since both the files are there in the same location, that is desktop, I am not mentioning the path here, otherwise you have to mention the path like this, in which drive it is present. So both the files are present in the same location, that is CSS file also is there in the desktop and HTML file also is there in the desktop, so I am not mentioning the path. So this is the line which links this particular CSS to this particular file. That means in this particular line we are importing this particular CSS style. So let us remove all this. Now let us save this file. See here I have not given any CSS styles. I have just imported the file here. So this is the procedure for importing file. So this is link relation style sheet. It's a default. Type also is default. Always you have to give your text slash CSS. Here you have to give hyperlink reference as your file name, which file you want to import. So all those CSS effects are imported now. Let us save this file. Go back to our browser and refresh. See, you can clearly see all the paragraphs are getting CSS styles. Where those paragraphs are getting CSS styles from? They are getting from CSS file itself. Where is that CSS file? You can see here. This is a CSS file. It's a style, only this one. So this is getting imported to this particular file, testing one. So when I open testing file, obviously these styles are coming over here. So these are the three basic procedures to import CSS styles into your HTML file. The first procedure is inline. The second procedure is internal, which is done in the head section of your HTML file. The third procedure is external, which is done with the help of this command. Even this command is mentioned inside the head section. So types of selectors we discussed right now. Selectors we have used space and comma, and classes we'll be discussing in the next class. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you want to be perfect in CSS, please purchase my CSS course in my website digitalrakshit.com. You'll be perfect in CSS. Or if you want to become a complete web designer, you can purchase a diploma in web designing course in my website, which covers HTML, CSS, JavaScript, WordPress. I'll also teach you in that course how to create e-commerce websites. I'll make you perfect in web designing. So I'll look forward teaching you in my website. I have got my own LMS. Once you purchase the course, I'll be giving you login credentials where you can log in and complete the course lesson wise. After each and every lesson, I'll be giving you test. So once you finish that test, the computer itself evaluate your marks and give you the marks as you're writing the exam. So once you finish all the exams, you'll be getting one certification from me as well. So thank you very much for watching my video. Hi, I'm your online tutor Rakshit. I teach web designing and digital marketing. If you want to be a web developer or digital marketing expert, please visit my website digitalrakshit.com. Thank you.